Hello friends, welcome back to our course Mechanics of Solid. Today we are going to discuss stress on oblique plane, oblique section. Okay, so to obtain the stress on oblique section, we have two type method. First one is analytical method. Okay, by some numerical we will solve that one. Second one, graphical method. For different case we will solve using this method, analytical method. First one is direct stress condition, means one is only one stress will be work, and we should solve the problem for a plane which is at theta angle. Okay, like this. Second, biaxial stress condition, that time sigma x and sigma y, this is, you can say sigma x, sigma y and sigma y, like that working. Second condition. Third condition, pure shear stress, means there is no tensile force or compressive force, this type some stress is working, then we will solve. Fourth one, stress is tensile or compressive, anything, stress in x direction, y direction, also shear stress working, that we should solve. Okay, and also we will solve using graphical method. First case, a member subjected to direct stress in one plane. Okay, check this figure. One member is there. Let's suppose A, B, C, D, and it is under tensile force P. Okay, and cross section area is, let's suppose A, thickness is 1, P axial load, A cross section area. Okay, stress, how we can find out stress equal to load divided by area. We assume that force is uniformly distributed throughout this section, so stress equal to P by A. Next, consider a cross section EF. We are taking one section EF, this one, which is perpendicular to the applied force. Okay, here this is perpendicular. Here the stress on section EF is entirely normal. Stress is normal. Okay, there is no shear stress. Now consider a section FG at angle theta from the minor axis. Angle theta from the minor axis, this one is minor axis, you can say. Now area of section FG will be how much? This FG will be how much? This length into thickness, obviously. So FG into 1, because thickness is unit. And this will be how much? Here, if you see this triangle EFG, this is like this angle theta, so cos theta equal to base this one F E G, cos theta equal to EF divided by FG. So FG equal to EF divided by cos theta here. Then we got A divided by cos theta equal to FG, that is cross section area of FG. This may be look like this. Okay, if you cut a 3D image, this will be look like this. Now stress on section FG we need to find out. How we can find out stress on section FG? Force divided by area of FG. How much force is acting on that? Force is P, because same force is acting throughout the body, but area will be changed. Here area is something different. Area of FG will be A by cos theta. So total force on Fg will be P cos theta by A, and we can write as sigma cos theta. Correct. This stress on section Fg is parallel to the axis of member, means whatever force is acting, stress acting, that is parallel to the cross section in this section only. So, and for then this stress, we need to find out stress in this section normal to the body on this and this direction also. So first we should divide this force into two parts, one along the normal axis and one along the tangential axis. Normal section Fg Pn, okay, and tangential section Fg Pt. Here this will be Pt and this will be Pn along the normal axis, and this total force is P. Here you can see force P is acting, this is angle theta, and we are divided this force in two part, one is normal to the plane and one is tangential to the plane. Pt, this one Pt, okay, Pt, and this one Pn normal. So Pn equal to how much? P cos theta, because this is like a base. If I draw a line like this, okay, so cos theta equal to this one Pn divided by P. So Pn equal to P cos theta, and Pt equal to P sin theta. Simple. So sigma n, normal stress across the section Fg, also known as direct stress, this one. So in this direction sigma n will be work, and this direction sigma t will be work, and this sigma t tangential stress, also known as shear stress. Now we will find out normal stress. We know that stress equal to force divided by area. So force normal to the section Fg divided by area of Fg. In previous section we found force in this normal axis Pn equal to P cos theta divided by area of Fg is A divided by cos theta. So from here we got P by A cos square theta. P by A will be sigma cos square theta. This is our final formula for normal stress. Second, tangential stress we need to find out. Similar to that, tangential stress sigma t equal to force tangent to the section Fg divided by area of Fg, and force tangent to the section Fg is P sin theta. Area of Fg is P divided by cos theta. From here P by A sin theta cos theta, we need to multiply 2 here and 2 here like that. So sigma by 2, and we know that 2 sin theta cos theta equal to sin 2 theta. This one. Okay. So we got sigma by 2 sin 2 theta for tangential stress. Now we should check what are the condition. This is, we got the formula, but what we can conclude from these formulas? When sigma n will be maximum, when sigma t will be maximum, where sigma n will be 0, like that we need to find out. Condition first for normal stress. Normal stress sigma n will be maximum when cos square theta will be maximum, because sigma is same. So cos square theta will be maximum, and that maximum value is how much? Cos theta equal to 1. Maximum value of cos theta is 1. So cos square theta or cos theta is maximum, and cos theta will maximum when theta equal to 0. This is our formula. Okay, so cos theta cos 0 equal to 1. When angle will be 0, that time normal stress will be maximum. That means along the axis of applied force, normal stress will be maximum, because this is only theta, no? If this will be 0, same. Maximum normal stress will be sigma cos square theta, sigma square 0 equal to sigma, this one sigma. And when we talk about tangential stress or shear stress, sigma t will be maximum when sin 2 theta will be maximum, and sin 2 theta will be maximum when at 45 angle at 90 angle, sin 90 value is 1, sin 270 minus 1, means either at 90 degree or 270 degree it will be maximum, but here this is 2 theta, so 2 theta will be either 90 or 270, then tangential stress will be maximum, so theta equal to 45 or 135. These are two conditions when shear stress will be maximum. Here you can see at this angle 45 angle shear stress will be maximum, otherwise on this plane. Just 90 to that. Okay, along this side or along this side, sigma t will be maximum, and maximum value will be sigma by 2, because we know that sigma by 2 sin 2 theta, so 2 theta will be 1, so sigma by 2, that is maximum value. Note down, we cannot resolve stress in two component, only force can resolve in two component. Okay,